straight from the soul with it. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? DeAngelo Russell coming to you live with yet another video. And I know I'm late on this, but DAngelo Russell got traded to the Brooklyn Nets. And I'm just seeing that the Lakers are willing to give up a lot of pieces to get Paul George. And the question is, will this backfire on Magic Johnson? I know I've been like on this whole NBA rig campaign, for the past couple of like weeks or whatever, but my dad, he calls me, from time to time, and he just talk about sports. So I have no choice but to like kind of get back, engage back into it, into the conversation and just give my thoughts on it, because I do see a lot of this stuff, especially because I'm a huge YouTuber and I'd be like all on YouTube or whatever. But at the same time, I'm not sure. I'm just looking at it like this, you're giving up a lot for Paul George, and you're willing to risk everything for, to win now. And my question is this. I'm looking at Paul George and I'm like, all right, so you give up. I look at the Warriors, right? Because the Warriors are going to be an extremely tough team to beat, because you got Kevin Durant and you also got Steph Curry, who are the two most elite players in the NBA right now, other than LeBron James, right? So that level right there is the highest level that you could reach, is LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant, right? So if you, I'm just looking at it like this from a logical standpoint, and we look at what the Warriors have been able to do over the last 2 or 3 years. Now they have been robbed. Even Draymond Green came out and said that they have been robbed of an NBA Finals championship trophy. Now you have a team who was built through the draft, who sucked just like the Lakers before they got Jerry West and before they got Mark Jackson. So they were able to get Mark Jackson and get Jerry West, but they continuously built through the draft. Like even now, they still have their main core that they built from the draft. But what they did was all they did was just add a couple pieces. They added Andre Iguodala, and they built that core like, they had something to build on, and then they added Steve Kerr once they got rid of Mark Jackson. So they built through the draft, and even if you look at this team now, they might have just added Kevin Durant to what they built through the draft, but they didn't mess up what they had, because Kevin Durant, the style, the way he plays, fit right in with Golden State. He could shoot from three, and if you could, when it comes down to you don't have to run plays, you can just give Kevin Durant the ball and he can go ISO and make and create something. He can make something happen because he's 7 foot, and it's kind of hard to stop him because he could either shoot over a smaller defender, or if somebody's too big, he could just run past him. So my thing is, this is how I'm looking at it. I'm like, all right, you're willing to give up everything to go get a guy who couldn't even win one game versus LeBron James. Now, this whole, as far as like, yeah, and like he was in the East, so he couldn't even make it out of the East. He never did anything big or major in the East. You're willing to sacrifice everything in order to get this guy, bring him to the Lakers, and now you got to see what you're going to get, especially based off the fact of what you got from off what he did. Excuse me, what he did when he was with Indiana. So let's just look at the pieces that the Lakers got: DeAngelo Russell, Jordan Clarkson, Brandon Ingram, Larry Nance, Ivica Zubac. Uh, did I say Julius Randle? You got all of these pieces that you got, and you've built through the draft. Now you're going to go get Lonzo Ball. His defense has been very suspect. Um, Paul George is a great player, but sometimes when you don't have it going, he don't have it going. You know, like Kobe is consistent. Like he's going to consistently give you 28 or 30 or like Paul George. If he doesn't have a game going, if he's off, he's just off. You know, and my thing is Paul George that clutch player that even people could say what they want about D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell was clutch, and he didn't care about if he missed a shot in the last stage. You know what's funny is everybody was saying that the Lakers should have drafted Emmanuel Mudiay instead of drafting D'Angelo Russell. Now, if you compare the stats, go look at Emmanuel Mudiay's stats in his first 2 years, and then you compare that versus D'Angelo Russell's stats in his first 2 years. Now, remind you that D'Angelo Russell was injured last year and still was able to average 15 points. Now, down the stretch, he was averaging 20 something points, like D'Angelo Russell. And I'm not trying to compare D'Angelo Russell to Paul George, but I'm just saying, like, as far as like who's going to give you that last shot or in the fourth quarter, like we've seen D'Angelo Russell work in the fourth quarter. So, are you going to take the approach? Are you going to say, okay, because it's a new day, and are you going to go as to the extreme to say, all right, I'm gonna give up? Like you're going to say, all right, well, you're not going to go with the Golden State approach and continuously build through the draft. You're going to take the old school approach to where you're just going to give up everything just so you could win now. So the question is, will it backfire? We just have to wait and see. You compare Golden State to what LeBron James got. Now, Magic Johnson is taking the approach of what Magic Johnson is taking the approach of what LeBron James is doing, grabbing stars from all over and putting it on a team and get a quick fix. The Golden State Warriors should have 3 rings right now based off a team that was built through the draft. So the approach of the Warriors are built to last, even with Kevin Durant. But even let's say they were able to get that championship, they would have been built to win for the next 6 years. To whereas the Cavs, they're getting to the finals, but they're losing, and they're just adding stars, and it's coming to backfire on you because you're losing your bench, your superstars getting old. Just imagine if LeBron James and you would have kept Andrew Wiggins, both of them on the wing. LeBron James has time to rest to whereas because Andrew Wiggins is averaging almost 20 something points now. So and his defense is very great. So you put Wiggins and Kyrie Irving together, and then you could have picked up Kevin Love in the postseason. I mean, yeah, he was a free agent that next season. So it's all to you see what happens when you want to win now. It could backfire, especially when you play a team like Golden State. So and then they also talk about bringing LeBron James to the Lakers. If you bring LeBron James and you pair LeBron James with Paul George, do you think that's enough to beat the Golden State Warriors? Because LeBron James is older now, and Kevin Durant right now is 7 foot, can pull up from anywhere, can shoot anywhere. LeBron James defensively is not where he was years ago. So LeBron James' kryptonite is Kawhi Leonard. So you still got to get past the Spurs, and you still have to get past the Warriors if you still got Paul George and LeBron James. So that's just a lot of things to think about. I'm just sitting back and I'm just looking like that's crazy. And shout out to D'Angelo Russell, man. He had some he had some great talent. He has some great talent. I think he's going to do some great things in with Brooklyn. So we just have to wait and see. But anyway, y'all get in that comment box. Let me know what y'all think. Will Magic Johnson decision to trade D'Angelo Russell backfire? I'm out.
straight from the soul with it.